This is not normal. I don't know how we got here. I don't know where we are. We've lost most of our friends, and this might be the end.
If you're watching this, I don't have much time. They said it was just a radio interview, but when we got there, the door locked behind us. I haven't seen Morgan in hours. I think she's still out there, hiding, or worse, podcasting. If anyone finds this, tell my youth group the snacks are still in the van, and I forgive Morgan. What? No. What's that? This is the Edge Podcast. No, this is not the Edge Podcast.
99.7 KTTR. Good morning. Welcome back. We've been joined by Morgan and Noble here from The Edge.
The Edge Podcast, yep.
Yeah. Here, I'll do this. You tell us what's going on.
Okay, so we're actually a part of First Baptist Church Rolla. I'm the youth pastor over there. Been there for a little bit over 17 years, and we have a podcast. We started about, 3 months ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. And basically what it is we had some, we used to have Bible studies on Sunday nights, and we stopped doing that for a while, and because people just kind of lost interest wanting to come Sundays, we always have our youth on Wednesday night. And Morgan came up to me and she's like, there's a few of us that want to do Bible study on Sunday night again. And I said, well, if we're going to do it, let's do something different. Let's do something different than what we do Wednesday night. And so we tossed around some ideas and stuff. And then one day it was her and two other girls. And I just said, hey, how about doing a podcast? And immediately their eyes lit up and we were like, okay. And the rest is history. So just kind of started shooting a podcast.
So you drop them every Sunday night, or do you do them live every Sunday night, or how does that work?
We mostly record on Sunday night. Sometimes we just do whatever works for our schedules. And then Noble usually spends most of Monday editing it, and then it drops on Monday night.
Drops on Monday night. Okay, yep. Very good. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Morgan.
I also go to First Baptist Church. I'm a senior. I'm graduating on Sunday.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, yes.
I'm involved in a lot of stuff at school. I play sports in different clubs and stuff. In the fall, I'm going to be going to Southwest Baptist in Bolivar and majoring in elementary education.
Very good. We need good teachers. Very good.
And she'll be a good one.
Indeed. So tell us, Noble, what goes on at The Edge besides this podcast?
So we have youth on Wednesday nights, and we try to do, we'll do worship, try to do a dynamic message of some sort, obviously biblical.
Mm-hmm.
We'll play some games and things like that. But, The Edge is more than just a night. It's our youth ministry. It's what we do throughout the week as well. And so, this summer is going to be hectic with camps, and we also join in with the Missouri Baptist Convention. They have a program called the Summer Missions Program, where people who are fresh graduates, even through college age, are able to do mentorships under their youth ministry. And so Morgan's actually going to be a summer mission under me this summer, and we have 4 others that are going to be helping us as well. So they'll be helping with camps, they'll be helping at the church, and kind of gets their feet wet on what it means to be a minister, to preach the gospel on a daily basis throughout the week in the church setting, as well as like a camp setting. So
we just had a big tornado through here a couple of months ago, and I noticed a lot of activity at the First Baptist Church during that. Morgan, were you involved in any of that recovery work or anything?
The Missouri Baptist Convention was there, and they set up relief. They were based out of our ministry center, which is just like our gym, the building next to the church. And then the Red Cross was also there. But then one day, just like some of the youth group, we just met up and we went around to a few people in our church's houses that just wanted help picking up sticks and stuff.
Yeah, it was a big deal. But you guys were in kind of the center of activity as far as relief.
Yeah, Yeah, we tried to be.
Yeah, and it was highly visible and I think very effective. I know that everybody was very impressed with all the things that the First Baptist Church did to facilitate the volunteers that came through town from other cities.
Yeah, and I love First Baptist for that. They did a lot of good work, but I'm sure you guys know too, the community itself just came together in such a great way and did a lot of good work. So got to shout out to everybody else too.
Yeah, of course, that whole neighborhood over there where you are with the high school rejuvenate or rebuilding, not rebuilding, but the additions, the expansion, and all that. It keeps you right in the middle of all the activity in town lately.
Yep, for sure.
So, give us refreshes again. How long ago, or how many podcasts have you been doing?
We just finished episode 11.
Okay.
We're gonna, if it's cool with you guys, we have some cameras up. We're gonna post this as an 11.5 because this Sunday we're not gonna be able to record because somebody's graduating.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but yeah, 11 episodes. We did skip Easter week because, that's Easter. We want to spend time with our family.
That's great.
And we hope to continue going. We have some things on the horizon with it. We're going to be interviewing if you're familiar with Operation Christmas Child, we'll be interviewing a Operation Christmas Child box recipient, someone from another country that had received one of the shoe boxes. They're going to come on in June. We've got a couple others, in line to come and join us as well. So we kind of do like an interview process as well with different people.
Very good. Morgan. Oh, I've got, we'll go into that.
I get her name mixed up too.
Morgan, what are you going to do this summer? Do you have plans?
So I'm doing the summer missions thing with Noble, so I'm just going to be, helping out at camps, helping out in the church. Otherwise, I don't have a lot of plans.
Well, that's a lot.
Hanging out.
You'll be busy.
Yeah.
We'll keep her busy.
That's great. Go ahead.
But yeah, like you said, we usually have a different special guest on each of our podcast episodes. So it's me and Noble, and then Kat and Jade, two other girls in our youth, and then Noble's daughter Ezra. And then we've just had a variety of different guests, mostly just different people from our church. We had our pastor, our pastor's wife. We've been going through having some of our other youth leaders that help on Wednesday night. And we had our camp pastor that's going to be here this summer. He came down and was on. That was fun. So
yeah. And probably one of the more interesting ones is we had the Ozark Spirit Cloggers come in, and they, I don't know if you've heard of them, but they've done some good stuff here in town. But they came in and actually performed some songs for us. We cleared out the area. They did their little clogging tap dance stuff, and then they taught us some moves, and then we got to interview a couple of them. So, and that was a lot of fun.
So you never know what you're going to see.
You never know what you're going to see, and we do have it. It's unscripted, but in a sense we have an outline. We have things that we would like to cover if possible, and a lot of fun.
So this is how far in advance do you plan these podcasts? Do you have the next 20 outlined, or do you kind of do it on the fly?
Mostly on the fly. I tend to put together that unscripted script about by Thursday before we shoot on Sunday, and I send it out to them via text, and that way they can get an idea of what's going to go on. If we have a guest on, I tend to send them the questions we're going to be asking them, because I don't want them to come in and just be thrown off by what we ask, and for the most part they'll come back and say, yeah, those are great, or I don't want to answer that question, and then I'll ask them, is there a better question, and so we kind of fill that as well.
Morgan, give a shout out to your other teammates that are working on these podcasts. Tell us a little bit about the other youngsters, young people.
Well, Kat is a junior in high school. So
Catalina.
Yeah.
We call her Kat.
We call her Kat. I know she's in the choir. She loves her horses, and she's super passionate just about Jesus and about her podcast. We're also on TikTok and Instagram, and she is really the one that's in charge of that, making all the content for that, taking clips from our podcast, or recording little stuff on Wednesday nights and then putting that out. And then Jade, she is a sophomore, kind of junior. They're both very musically talented, Kat singing. Jade can also sing. She just has a slight fear of it, but she's also
That's
really,
a running gag on the show, by the way.
she also plays clarinet in band, and she's really good at that.
Very good.
So we always love her.
Yeah.
She pretty much always brings our joke on the podcast.
Yes.
Very good, very good. So how long are these podcasts? How long do they run in general?
So the first one we shot was after, because it's not live. We do it. I edit it. It was down to I think 33 minutes, and then the very next one jumped up to almost an hour, and so it really bounces between like 45 minutes and an hour is where it is. Some of them are a little bit longer. Some of them are a little bit shorter. But.
And what is the format? I mean, is there a format? I mean, I assume there's some sort of a format.
There is. We do like an intro, and lately we've been trying to get creative with the intro. Like this last week, we shot a fake movie trailer, just right there at the podcast. It looks pretty cool. And then we'll do, we'll play our little intro video. Jade does a joke. Then we move into the question time with our guest, if we have, whoever the guest is. My daughter, Ezra, she's in 6th grade. She's going to be in 7th grade next year, so she's not exactly in the youth group yet, but she will be soon. She's a drummer, and so she sits behind the drums, and she provides us with a beat if we're going to do something. And she also does, we call Enigmas with Ezra. So she'll tell a story, usually a short story. A couple weeks ago was a pretty long one, but that's okay. And then we do sometimes a game, and that's in there as well. And then one of the highlights, I think, of the entire thing is we call it Music with Morgan. And that's when Morgan brings a song that none of us have ever heard or know, and she gives us the lyrics of it, gives us the name of it, sometimes gives us the artist, and then the rest of us who are daring enough will look at the lyrics and try to sing it the way we think the song is supposed to be done. And sometimes it's sung, sometimes it's rapped, sometimes I grab a guitar, and then at the end she sings it the way it really goes. And it's embarrassing, but it's fun, something to do.
Very good. That's terrific. Well, what else do you have to share with us about this podcast and about your mission?
So really the goal is to create good Christian entertainment that's not like, we're not just going to beat you over the head with the Bible. We want you to see how living the Christian life and having a good time with friends can be a good thing. And we really want that to happen. Sometimes we get deep. Sometimes we don't get deep at all, and you can find us on YouTube and Spotify, which I just found this out. Did you know that where the word podcast came from?
Tell us.
It actually came from a combination of the word iPod and broadcast, because it originated on iPods, Apple iPods, that people could put music on and stuff, but they were also putting these talk shows on it too, and they could carry it around where they go. So I didn't know that was where that came from. But
so do you have a sense of how many members you have of the Edge?
What would you say, about
15? I don't know if everybody came at once, it'd probably be more like 20, 25-ish right now. Okay. We're actually kind of on a low spot. We graduated off 2 fairly large classes, and so we're kind of in a rebuilding stage. Okay, well, tell the youngsters out there, or folks of youngsters out there, grandparents of youngsters out there, how do they get involved with this? So the best way to do it, probably to come and get involved, would be to show up on a Wednesday night. We meet, doors open at 5:30. We have pool table. We play a game called Hantus. We have video games. They can come and hang out for about 30 minutes. We're going to feed them a little snack. This is through the summer. During the school year, it's a little bit different, but time is still the same. We'll feed them a little bit of a snack. We'll go into a worship time at around 6:30, and then we're done right around 7:30, and usually kids hang out till about 8. So coming on a Wednesday night would be a good time to kind of see what it's like, get a feel for things, and they're also welcome to come on a Sunday night and watch the podcast and maybe eventually join us, at the table. We don't necessarily want to close this off, but since the girls have put so much effort into it, we're kind of leaving that their thing. And then also we have camps and things like that we would love for them to be a part of as well. Now,
do you have to be a member of the First Baptist Church to join the Edge?
Nope, not at all. We'd still like you to become a member of the church, but no, we have probably about a 50-50 split between members and non-members. Yeah, I would say.
It sounds like a great opportunity for young people to get involved with a really good group of kids.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
So if young people wanted to come on a Wednesday, what time does that start?
Like I said, doors would open at 5:30,
Okay.
and then we begin kind of the eating the snack and food time around 6 o'clock. And this is 7th through 12th grade. Our children's ministry, they kind of take a break during the summer. They'll do some things. If you want to know more about the younger children's stuff, just call the church office, 573-364-3060, and they can give you information about what's going on in the summer for the little ones.
And then do you record the podcast in the center as well?
Yeah, in the youth room. Our youth room is actually right off of
7?
Olive Street.
Yeah, it's Olive Street.
Yeah. So it's like in the basement. You'll see a big white sign that says The Edge. And we record there. We have like a table we pull out, set up the microphones and all that stuff. And we're trying to get better at the whole broadcasting. You guys are the kings of that. We're still trying to figure out mics and cameras.
That sounds great. It sounds like a terrific opportunity for young people to actually, they can learn a little bit about it and see if they might enjoy it, and then they can come out, kind of get a little more of the same thing, but the hands-on during your Wednesday night activities, I understand, right?
Yeah, and if you want to taste, then go to YouTube and search the Edge Youth Podcast. We are now at the point where if you search the Edge Youth Podcast, it will pop up at one of the top, options there, and you'll see a weird thumbnail of us, and but you can get a kind of a feel of who we are by watching that.
Very good. John, do you have anything else for Morgan and Noble?
No, not really. I love the idea of the broadcast done by the church youth group. That's awesome. So, or I guess podcast.
Yeah,
technically.
Same thing.
Same thing. No, I love the idea. I hope that more people, hearing this will actually be able to come out and get involved. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So, no, I don't really have anything to add to it, though.
Okay. But they drop every Monday night, right? You drop Monday.
Yeah, every Monday night at 7 o'clock is the plan. And also, we always have to say like and subscribe because that actually helps the algorithm of YouTube. And so the more you watch it, the more you like and subscribe those episodes, the more people will watch it. Because we have people from all over, not just Rolla.
And give us the name of the location of the podcast again.
The Edge Youth Podcast, if you search that on YouTube or Spotify. If you want to get technical, youtube.com/ and you have to put the @ the Edge Youth Pod.
Okay.
And that would take you directly to our site.
Very good. Very exciting. This is great. You thinking about getting into broadcasting perhaps, Morgan?
I don't really plan on it, but I never thought I would be on a podcast, so who knows?
I mean, you could start a podcast with the elementary kids.
Yeah, they would probably get really excited.
I bet they would,
School podcast. Actually, my daughter's in the podcast club at the middle school.
Okay.
So
There
you go.
Do you know what you're going to major in down at Southwest Baptist?
Elementary education.
Oh, that's right. You told me that, and I just kind of went over my head.
You're
Good
good.
luck with that. So, well, it's been a pleasure, Noble and Morgan. It's been a pleasure having you on the show, and good luck with your podcast.
Thank you. Thanks for having us on.